Action.
And welcome to the Juice Serve Cold, darlings. We're here at Sunset Rooftop, where we discuss love, relationships, and ooh la la, you know, sex, and many other topics. My goal here is to inspire you, motivate you, encourage you, and of course, entertain you. This is a no judgment zone where women and men can be their authentic selves, speak their truth without being judged on the Juice Serve Cold, darlings. So, we're here with Raphael G today. And Raphael G, tell me a little bit about yourself. What you got going on?
Well, I'm a comedian from New York City. Mm-hmm. I'm here visiting LA for the last couple of days. Performing tonight at the Sunset Rooftop. Sunset Rooftop. Mm-hmm. Thank you for having me on your show. I appreciate it.
Yes.
I've been doing comedy for over 25 years. Got a huge following on social media. We'll give that info later.
Where can they find you?
Oh, they can find me on TikTok under Raphael G, RAFAELGEE 116. Mm-hmm. Same thing on Instagram, Raphael G, and Facebook, Raphael G. Excuse me.
Raphael G. You guys look him up. Check him out. He's hilarious.
Thank you. Thank you.
And he's performing here at Sunset Rooftop tonight. I told you guys, come on up here. You're missing out on this comedy.
That's right.
All right. So, other than that, let me ask you a question. Now, I know you said you were married.
Yes.
But I want to ask you, what was it like before you was married? First of all, how many years were you married?
Right now, it'll be a year. In May 15th, we'll be married. But we've been together for 2.5.
Okay. And how did you meet?
We met on Facebook dating app because it was free.
Ooh.
All right, Facebook dating app is free. I don't believe in paying to meet people. That's like prostitution. It all depends on what you're looking for.
Oh.
Okay, now if you're one of these horny old guys that just want anything he can get his hands on, whatever, you're gonna get all these type of characters.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Like I had to redo my profile twice because the first time I did it is basically a template of what I'm looking for.
Right.
So then the system gets something that's similar to what you're looking for, and it was not what I was looking for. I mean, there was
all kind of crap.
Oh my God! Some of these women were putting out applications like if you're going for a job.
Oh yeah.
Or must have a passport. Must make over $150,000 a year. Must not have kids. Must have his own teeth. Must have this. And I'm like, wait a minute. I'm like, am I applying for a job or welfare or something? Like, what the hell am I applying for?
They want. So you saying the women of today, they just want too much?
No, here's the funny part. They're not women of today. They're women of my generation.
Right. Oh.
Okay, that's the part that screwed me up. I'm like, wait a minute. You're the same age as me. Right. Why are you taking half-naked selfies with your grandkids in the background like this and everything? I'm like,
now let me ask you this, like, because they have people that would show their body parts or send you their body parts, just meeting you on there and they're ready to send you the body parts. How did you feel when you were on the dating app? How did you feel when the woman that you would just meet on there, all of a sudden, either she's telling you I love you real quick, or
I'm gone.
Or she's showing you body parts already?
What I seen, I met, and I hate to say this, well, I'm gonna say it. I met this one lady. Mm-hmm. And I didn't get to meet in person. We got to face chat, right? And she was like, "Oh, I don't like texting and stuff like that. Can we video chat?" I said, "Well, I'm not going to give you my number yet, but we can do it on Facebook."
Right.
So we did that, and nothing like the picture. So listen, filters need to be outlawed. Filters need to be outlawed because you cannot tell me you put a filter, you're looking like Shaka Khan, and then when you meet you in person, you look like Genghis Khan, and it's just totally different. It's like the Wrath of Khan, and you're like, what the hell? You know what I mean? Right. So I'm chatting with this lady, and she works for the Board of Education.
Right.
And it was the ghettoest conversation I think about. She was like, yo, you look good and shit. You just look just like your picture. Yo, I swear to God. Yo, Papi, where you from?
Tissue.
She was like, where you from, Papi?
Where's the tissue?
I swear to God. She was like, yo, you look like you come from a Snicker commercial and shit. I was like, and you work for what? She was like, I'm a teacher's assistant for kindergarten and shit. And I'm like, no fucking way. Like, no ways. And then so I said, something told me to ask her this question. I said to her, first of all, where you live at? And she goes, oh, I live in the projects on Pitt Street in Manhattan.
Oh, my.
You know, which is like Compton for LA.
Right.
You know?
Right.
So I'm like, oh, shit. Strike one.
Here we go.
You know? And then she's like, I'm like, okay, how long you been on the app? Oh, I've been on this shit for like 2 years and shit. Trying to find the right nigga and shit and all that shit. I'm like, okay, strike two. Right? So I said, when was the last time you was with a man? She goes, I was with this dude like 3 months ago and shit, but he was diabetic and shit because he couldn't get his dick hard. So I let him eat me out, and he give me like $250 and shit. Oh, wow. And so I said, hey, so something told me, cut this phone call off. Yeah. So I said, oh, listen, my other phone is going off. You know, I'm on 24-hour call. I got to hang up. Yo, you going to call me back, Papi? I swear, because you cute and shit. I was like, yeah, I'm going to call you back. Block. So I said, okay, redo my whole profile. No baby mama drama. Right. I want somebody. See, being a comedian, you gotta be with somebody who has a sense of humor. Exactly. Because there's gonna be situations where it could be a serious conversation, but at the same time, I'm trying to find the funny in it so I can use it on my repertoire. Right. So when I did that, I was like, first of all, you gotta have a sense of humor. If you don't have a sense of humor, I want nothing to do with you. Yeah. Okay. Because laughter is the medicine for everything. It is. Okay. Exactly. Once I started doing that, I said, and I want this age range. Okay. I don't care if you had kids. I don't care if you've been divorced. As long as whatever luggage you're bringing is not gonna make it my journey heavier. Your luggage either is bringing something to the table or it's not. Or not. So I did that, and then I started getting up. You know, the system started giving me people that, okay, this one, you know, she's not showing body parts. She's just, hey, I'm having a good time. I'm enjoying a trip and stuff like that. And what happened with how I met my wife was, because I'm Latino, I'm Puerto Rican. Right.
What was so different there when you met her?
I thought she was white. I got a thing for white girls. Okay. I mean, when I was a kid, I fell in love to fucking Olivia Newton-John in Grease. Okay. I learned how to jerk off watching Olivia Newton-John. I was like, you know, I'm serious. I was like, we go together. Okay. You know what I'm saying? There was a thing for me for blondes. It was like, oh man, and I love my Latin women. Don't get me wrong. No. You know, the mother of my children, the mother of my children is Latina and everything. But I had a thing for like white women. Right. And she was beautiful. She was classy. She took the right pictures. She didn't like, oh, look at my titties and nothing like that. Right. And her profile was very similar to mine. You know, I was like, wow, it's like if a female version of me. Of you. So I said, okay, so what happened was I was living in a studio apartment at the time where I had no AC. Okay. I had like 30,000 fans, right? Like fans blowing. So I'm writing to her, you know, introducing myself. Right. And for some reason, I don't know how this happened. My phone was at the time was very sensitive, and I didn't get to finish the sentence. And the wind blew the button and sent it. And I was like, this girl's gonna think I'm fucking retarded. Oh, God. I didn't finish what I was saying. Right, just cut off. 2 days later, she sent me a message. Oh, thank you for the compliment. I think you're handsome also, blah, 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 blah. We started talking. She's old school like me. Oh, okay. So we started chatting for like maybe 2 days. And she was like, hey, listen, I'm not into texting. I like to hear a person's voice. Here's my number. Okay. I mean, if I don't like you, I'm gonna block you. Right. She gave me her number, and we started talking, and we would talk for hours, hours.
Interesting conversation was
and hours and hours and hours and hours, and I was like, "Holy shit!" You know, this girl's really nice. You know, so we started talking on June 29th of 2022, and our first official date was July 1st. No, July 2nd, around there. Okay. So we went to a public place, a lounge, just similar to this one, and great conversations. Just like talking.
Mesh everything.
The funny part was that she's sweating like a dog. And I'm saying to myself, oh man, this woman's on coke. Oh shit. You know?
No.
So she goes, I'm sorry I'm sweating. I'm just letting you know I'm going through menopause.
Oh.
I was like, yes, she's not a drug addict. You know what I'm saying? So we started talking. So she had a sense of humor about it.
Woo-hoo.
She had a sense of humor about it.
Good, exactly.
So we started talking, and we went out on another date. We went out to Coney Island in New York, went on the boardwalk, dancing, music, having a great time, whatever. And Sutton told me, be a gentleman. Okay. Don't ask her for a kiss. Don't do nothing. Do because you're tired of the same bubble that I was always in.
Exactly.
I said, this is something new. This is something different.
Try something, a different route. Right.
And that's what I did. And then we went on another date after that, a week later. I asked us, and that day I said, hey, would you like to be my, Sutton told me, would you like to be my girlfriend? She was like, yeah. And we got engaged 3 months later.
Oh my God, that's good.
And we've been together ever since. And she's been very supportive of my comedy, sense of humor. She's a goofball like me.
So it is true when they say a man really knows what he wants. When he see what he want, he knows what he want.
Because you know what it was too?
Pretty much.
What she went through in her past relationship, I went through the exact same thing.
See.
And for men who are out there, and ladies, women who are out there, don't think you're the only one going through it with a relationship. Because when her and I would talk about what we went through in the past, like I already knew what she was gonna say. I finished the sentence for her. Oh, remember when they said this and they did this, and then I say my story. She goes, yeah, and I bet you she did this and she said this. And I'm like, holy shit! I'm not. I said,
guys went through.
Were you dating the same person I was, or what the hell?
Right.
You
so
know?
you saw a lot of things that you guys had in common.
Yes.
It was a lot of things that you saw that you could be with her because, again, like you said, she had a sense of humor.
Yes. Something
she need to have to be with a comedian.
Yes, and I got to give a shout out to her, Marielle. I love you, honey. I'm here. I'm behaving. I'm in LA. I'll be home tomorrow.
Yes, he is. But he got the comedy show tonight he got to do. So.
That's right. I got to make that money. You got to pay the cable bill next month.
All right. So, do you guys have no kids yet, right?
We're both in our 50s. We're not having any kids.
No kids. Okay.
We're enjoying life right now. We're traveling.
Yeah.
Listen, I've done more, and nothing against my ex-wife or nothing like the girl I dated after my wife.
Right.
I've done more in 2.5 years with this woman than I've done with, if I put the total years of the last two, is 28 years. Because I was married for 20. And then I dated this other lady for 8 years. I've done more in 2.5 with this woman than I've done in 28 years. Okay, a lot more. I mean, I never had a passport.
Right.
She was like, get a passport.
Right.
I was like, but I can't afford these trips. I'd never been to a resort.
Right.
And she was like,
showed you different
she
things.
was like, honey, it's not $20,000 to go to a resort. I said, you can go on a resort for both of us. We only spent like $6,000.
Right.
We got 8 days in the Bahamas, this and that, and everything.
And it was different for
all
you,
inclusive and all this. And I'm like, damn, I did this for $3,000. You know, and she showed me that world.
Right.
You know, my wife is not a bougie person, but she's the type of person is like, she told me, you don't work to pay bills, you work to live.
That's right. That's right.
And too many people are like, no, I can't do this because of a bill. Can't do that. But if you plan it right, I mean, she taught me how to
plan
budget.
It right.
She taught me how to budget.
You can go on a travel somewhere. Say if you say you want to go to Jamaica, start saving. They have different places that would help you save your money. You know, you can send it in every month and pay on it through the year or through the few months.
One thing I can tell you, she showed me how to budget. She showed me how to budget. Where, you know, like I said, I'm old school. So, you know, my mentality with my father's mentality was, you're the man of the house. You got to take care of everything. Right. It's not like that anymore. Yeah. Because that's why we lose a lot of good men. Yeah. Through suicides and depression, alcoholism.
They have no outlet
because they're like, I have to do this for my kids. I have to do this for my wife. I have to do this for them. And you know, it's like, I forgot who the comedian was. He was like, Father's Day is the worst holiday of all because you do all this and all you get is a tie. Right. Mother's Day comes around, they got dinners and parties.
Exactly. And that's why I say, you know, women, even though it's Valentine's Day and stuff like that, it's not just for the women. Valentine's Day is for lovers. So a man should get a gift along with giving his woman, some flowers, some candy, I think a man should get a gift too, or get something nice, and like you were saying, whatever holiday, women, we need to step up to the plate.
No, I can tell you this. I don't mean to interrupt. I'm sorry. I can tell you this. My wife showed me a world that I thought I could never see myself in it, because I grew up in the hood.
Right.
Okay. I grew up in I grew up in New York City in a time where in the 70s, I was born in 71.
Right.
I saw the 70s.
Right.
I saw the 80s.
Right.
I saw the 90s. I survived the blackout, the Son of Sam. I survived AIDS. I survived the crack era.
Right.
I survived COVID.
Exactly.
9/11. All the stuff that happened in New York that you see in the
Right.
news. I lived it.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
So your mentality was always in a bubble. What my advice to anybody out there, if you're used to dating a certain type of person, a certain type of look, a certain type of body, it doesn't work.
Right.
It doesn't work, because I was into the fat asses, I was into the big titties with the no eyebrows and shit. I was into the long hair, hey, check me, hey. It didn't get me nowhere.
Right.
I was shopping at Target. I was
Right.
shopping at Target. I was shopping at Walmart, which is Walmart. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
I never saw myself in Louis Vuitton. I didn't see
Right.
myself in Gucci.
She just opened you up to certain things that you've never saw.
And she
been
told
through,
me,
dealt with.
She showed me. She was like, babe, just because it says Gucci doesn't mean you're spending $10,000 on it.
Right.
There's Gucci stuff there you could buy for $100.
Exactly.
And I'm like, really? I mean, all this you see here,
Right.
this, that's her.
Right.
Psycho Bunny and Louis Vuitton and this, that's all her. And she created a monster, because now I'm a diva. I'm like, I gotta have cologne on.
Right.
I gotta have all this on. And she brought up, because she told me, you don't know how.
Yeah.
When she met me, I was with the baggy pants and everything. And
Right.
she was like, and I lost weight. She thought about my health.
Right.
I was at 280 something when I met her.
Wow.
I'm down to 240.
Right.
Through the years, and she helped me eat better. I'm also diabetic.
Right.
When you got somebody that cares of your well-being,
Right.
and doesn't care about what you make,
Right.
you hit it gold.
Right.
Because the day I fell in love with her was, she called me up one day. It was in the middle of the summer. She said, babe, you need to stay over at my house, because she has air conditioning,
Right.
and everything. And I was like, no, I'm good. She was like, babe, I cannot go to sleep. And we weren't even intimate yet.
Well, okay.
She says, I cannot sleep in my home. I'm looking at the weather report. It's 94 over for the next 5 days. You've been living in that fucking studio for 8 years, and you've been through 8 years of summers with no AC. She was like, wouldn't you like to sleep one night comfortably? I was like, she's not calling me to fuck.
Right.
She's not calling me to have sex. She's not calling me for money.
Right.
She's not calling me I need a bill.
Right.
She's not calling me that, can you take care of the dog for me, because I could go with my friends and shit.
Right.
She's not asking me to get her nails done.
Right.
She's saying, I can't go to sleep knowing that you got to get up in the middle of the night, take a shower just to cool off. That September, I said, you're my wife.
Now, let me ask you a question. So once you realized that she was your wife and everything, and after the dating and everything like that, I know right now, because it's always love and birthday. I know every relationship is always love and birthday, but I do understand you saw a lot of things. It's nothing like when a woman steps in and be a woman and take over, and it's nothing to do with finances.
Yeah,
and money,
nothing to do with that.
So I get it. You really hit the jackpot. You hit somebody who really
My
cared
wife
about
doesn't
you.
ask me for anything. My wife and I have a budget. Everything's on auto pay. My wife doesn't come and say, give me $300 because I want to do this one. She's like, babe, what are we going to do with our money?
Right.
Babe, we can go to a vacation, or let's get the cars, maintained and everything. Right. Let's do this. Let's put away for dinner.
She's looking out for your best interest.
Yeah,
that's
she's
what
not
she's
looking
doing.
out. I mean,
right. Hers as well too. But she's just
shit. If I was with my ex-girlfriend, I'm in LA without her. Oh, I bet you fucking a Nina looking bitch up there, right? You better tell that bitch who's fucking your dick that when you come back here, I'm gonna fuck your ass up. you know,
that's what you'd have been.
I had an ex-girlfriend that had 20,000 fucking Facebook profiles. I'm like, I was scared to talk to people because I didn't know if that was her.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Wow. Yeah, catfishing is what they call it.
Catfishing. This bitch was
Catfish.
oil waiting. She was harpooning. Are you kidding me? She was like, I'm gonna grab everything. You know? Fucking bitches are crazy.
Oh God!
Do not go. Listen, my advice to anybody who's looking to date: do not go with anybody who has insecurities. It's gonna bring you problems. You could be the most realest person in the world. If she sniffs something or he sniffs something that doesn't match what he's looking for, you fucked. You are fucked. This bitch was crazy. You know what I'm talking about?
I know
crazy.
what you mean. Yes.
This bitch created. She made me believe that this person was real. I mean, she had I don't know how the hell did she get 3 years of this make-believe person history. I'm like, how the fuck did she do this shit? Like, she'll come from underground. Like, you be talking, like, if you and I, if I was still where we talk like this, she'll come from underground. Why you talking shit?
Like the Undertaker or something.
Yeah.
She
comes like a ghost come through the wall. No,
and no man wants that. No man wants no woman chasing them down, being crazy lunatic, chasing them, hiding and running and stalking and all these things. No man wants that.
Listen, you know, I believe this in anything. If there's no man out there in this world today, and I'm talking for all men, and I don't care if you're an athlete, I don't care if you're a comedian, I don't care if you're a singer or a lawyer or whatever, I don't give a fuck what you are. If you are successful what you at, it's because you had the right woman backing you up. It could have been your mother, could have been your aunt, could have been your girlfriend, could have been your wife, your sister, a best friend. There's a woman in every man's success that says, no, don't do that. Don't do that. Oh, but they said this. Let them say what they're gonna say. You know how you're gonna beat them? With your success, and you shine in silence. Shine in silence. That's listen. My wife couldn't be with me. She was supposed to come in this trip, but my mother-in-law was ill at the time. And I told her, I said, honey, I'll cancel. I'm not going to LA without you. She was like, there's no way in hell that I'm going to sit here
and let you
let you give up an opportunity where your friends and your management team put up the money for you to come out here. I'm not taking that away from you. She was like, just let me know where you're staying. Let me know where you're at. Let me know that the shows were good and you got and
everything was good.
When you come back home, you'll show me pictures and videos and all that stuff, and we'll go from there. You know, the other one, she would have been she would have been on the wing on the plane like this.
I know you in the hotel room, fucking.
She'd be like this in the fucking on the wing, knocking on my window. I told you ain't going nowhere, motherfucker. I told you I'm gonna be right here,
hanging on your balcony, waiting on you to come in.
Psycho, God.
Well, guess what, guys? I hate to go, but we gotta wrap it up.
Yes.
We're here every Monday night, Sunset Rooftop. Come on out, enjoy the good music. We have comedy, karaoke. It's free parking, free to get in. And did I mention it's 420 friendly?
Oh shit!
I'm your host, PC Branch, also known as Juice. And until next time on the Juice Serve Cold, darlings.
Hey, whispers. Fucking waitress walking around with a baby next to her. She was like, listen, I couldn't get a babysitter and shit. Fucking crazy, man. Where Gen X at? Generation X, where you at? 70s babies, 80s babies, where you at? Yeah. I'm 54 years old. I'm gonna tell you this right now. Do not fuck with a 25-year-old. It ain't the same no more. It ain't the same no more. Remember when you were 25 years old, you had her and shit, and you were doing you do the Spider-Man? Yeah. Yeah, you like that shit? Not at 54. 54 is called a Schwarzenegger. Hurry up, I can't put it out. She like, baby, you coming already? I was like, no. I got a cramp. Fuck, you can't do that shit no more like you used to do, man. Listen, I like my older women. I don't like no plastic bitch. I don't like no plastic surgery. I want a woman with a fupa, goddammit. I don't give a fuck. That's the sexiest thing in the world. If you got a fupa, give yourself a round of applause. Because let me tell you something, you young cats, you don't know what it is to have a woman with a fupa. That's like having your own barbecue grill in the house. You walk right up to her, pick up that fupa like this. That shit is ready, baby. 2 more hours, just 2 more hours. Yeah. You ever try to have a 69 with a woman with a fupa? It's like having a sunroof. You'd be like, yes. You know what FUPA stands for? Fundamental Undergarment Pussy Accessory. All right? My wife got 3 of them motherfuckers. She got one here, one down here. And she gangster. She from Brooklyn too, because I was getting jumped the other day in front of my building. That bitch flew out like a flying squirrel. Oh, not my baby. Fuck that shit, man. Old school, goddammit. Old school. Yo, I've been clean and sober 25 years now, for real. Thank you. I had to stop doing cocaine, because cocaine, man, that shit makes you paranoid as fuck. Because I used to get high with my uncle and shit. We were scared we were going to get caught by us. Like, we be doing coke and shit. He'd be like, yo, who's that? Who's coming? Yo, I think that's Ralphie. Stay still. Motherfucker, I'm Ralphie. Motherfucker used to get paranoid and shit. Be like, yo, I think the roaches are talking. I was like, what the fuck? Stupid shit. Old school, man. Because when you get high, you do stupid shit. You do some stupid shit. I used to bring women home I should have never brought home. Okay? I'm going to tell you this right now. This is old school comedy. If you're getting offended, get up and leave now, because I'm about to hit some shit you never heard of. All right? Let me tell you something. I took a woman home with no arms once. Fuck that. It was the best sex I ever had, but I almost fucked her up because I put her on doggy style and shit. She was like, no, I can't get up. Baby. I was like, oh, sorry. I took a blind girl home once, too. She was trying to give me head. But the best one was the deaf girl. She was the best, man. But I forgot she had a hearing aid on. I was kissing her, caressing her, got into her ear, got electrocuted. But I was inside her when I got electrocuted. I became a human vibrator. And she was loving that shit. She was like, oh my God. Grandma! But she had a temper though. She had a bad temper. We went to a concert one time, and you know, in concerts, they got signers. You know, when they sign the music that whoever's... This motherfucker only has 7 fingers. She was mad because he was like, he's not finishing the sentence. You know what I'm saying? Because like I said, I grew up old school. I grew up where there was this thing called common sense. All right? My parents raised me right. My parents raised me right. We had to love people no matter who they were, whether black, white, gay, straight, whatever. You know, we were taught to love you no matter what. You know what I'm saying? Because I grew up in an era where we got along with everybody. You see, in a Latin household, if y'all don't know this, Latin parents got gay radar. Okay, they know your friends are gay before you know your friends are gay. Because I had my boy Rick. I had an idea he was gay, and he came home one time and shit, and my mother was like, Ralphie, come here. Who the fuck is that? I was like, it's my friend Rick. That one got sugar in his tank. I was like, what, man? No, we didn't care. We knew he was gay. We knew he was gay. And we never outed him because it's not our job. Now in social media, everybody's outing everybody and shit. That's not right. You know what I'm saying? He came out, but he came out at the wrong place at a club. Because we was chilling and drinking. All of a sudden, this song came on. I was like, Rick, you good? He goes, yeah, I'm good. I was like, Rick, you good? He said, yeah, I'm good. We started doing all this shit. I was like, Rick, you good? He's like, yeah, I'm good. Started looking at me all funny. I was like, Rick, you good? He was like, yeah, I'm good, Poppy, I'm good. I was like, Rick, are you sure? He goes, yeah, I'm good. I was like, Rick, you sure? He was like, yeah, and all of a sudden, this motherfucker. That was my friend Rick. But never underestimate them because he retired FDNY. He was one of the responders for 9/11. I used to love taking my kids to the firehouse. I used to go play with Rick. You know, he used to be like, this is the way I go down the pole. Crazy shit. And like I said, they taught us common sense. Common sense. Like I remember, anybody here remember their first love? Come on. The one that you lost it to. You know what I'm saying? I remember my first love. She was Chinese. Her name was Ling Ling. I'm telling you right now, man, it was one of the best sex I've ever had. She did some shit on me, on my dick, like fucking Miss Miyagi. My ass was like, oh. Because you know when men come, they become retarded, right? You be like, oh, shit. And you know what? In our age, we couldn't go tell everybody, on social media, I just finished fucking this girl. We couldn't do that, man. We had to learn how to respect the woman. You know what I'm saying? So I try to hide it because, you couldn't go to your parents in the 70s and 80s and say, I just had sex. You couldn't do that. But our parents knew what we did before we told them what we did. Because I walked in, I thought my father was going to get pissed. I walked in, my father goes, Ralphie, come here, puppy. You eating Toto, right? I was like, no, Dad, what you talking? Yeah, I smell it on you. Let me smell your mustache. And then I thought he was going to get mad. He was proud of me. He was contacting the whole neighborhood. Yo, Tito, what? Ralphie? Ralphie fucking, puppy. That's my son right there. He's fucking. That's my son. He's getting culo now. Look at him, puppy. For real, man. And you couldn't, like I said, after I told him, he says, now you got to go meet her parents. And she was, like I said, she was Chinese. And to me, it was like a big thing because I wanted to really impress her family. You know what I'm saying? I wanted to impress her family because her father was a teacher. Her mother was a doctor. My mother was on welfare. My father was a drunk. So I had to do something. So I was like, damn, what could I do to impress her family? I was like, shit, I want to learn Chinese. You know what I'm saying? But I'm Puerto Rican from Brooklyn. Who the fuck is going to teach me Chinese? But like I said, I come from the old school way. I watched Kung Fu movies for 6 months. 36 Chambers of Death. The 5 Deadly Venoms. Kid with Golden Arms. Remember that shit? Bro, 6 fucking months I studied those movies, bro. The day came when I went to her house. And she goes, baby, this is my father, Dr. Chu. And I walked in there, I was like, hey. How are you? I like your daughter. I want to marry her. He looked at me and went, get out. You're an asshole. We broke up, man. We broke up. It's like I said, I'm old school, man. I'm old school. Listen, I'm 54 years old, and now my wife wants to role play. Oh, no. I'm like, hell no. She was like, I want to role play. I said, all right, so one day we're having sex. And she goes, baby, talk to me like a comedian. I was like, what? She was like, come on, talk to me like a comedian. Let's get freaky. I said, who the fuck? She was like, talk to me like Bernie Mac. I was like, what? I said, first of all, Bernie Mac's my favorite comedian of all time. But second of all, she's thinking of a black man and I'm Puerto Rican. I'm like, there's something wrong there. But like I said, I'm old school. I took my wife. I bent her over.
You want some of this motherfucking dick? I give you this motherfucking dick. You better go over here. Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. I'm gonna fuck you hard. I'm gonna knock your motherfucking black out. Suck a dick. Suck a dick. Suck a motherfucking dick, bitch. I'll fuck your ass up. And then the next time you start talking about a black man, suck this motherfucking dick.
Before I go, LA, listen, you guys were there for us in 9/11. We were there for you for the fires. God bless you and thank y'all for letting me have here. Take care of yourselves. Give it up for my man.
Y'all make some noise one more time for Raphael G. Brooklyn in the building. Oh my goodness.